How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport, and welcome to a very fun video where we're going to repair the gas tank on this E30 using Quiksteel. So, I do have a little bit of experience with this. Last time I repaired a gas tank, which was on my wife's vehicle, it was a 1929 Gazelle, basically a replica Mercedes 1929. When we purchased it, the gas tank was leaking. So, I went down and got the JB Weld gas tank repair. Worked phenomenal, but I had also purchased this and used this on top of it as an extra precautionary because I saw some videos where people use this. We're going to go ahead and just solely use this. Now, let me explain to you guys what happened. So, if you guys have been watching any of my videos and you know this car, what I had done is I put a roll cage in. And while doing that, somehow putting in this crossmember bar using a jack, I flexed down the gas tank, which then proceeded to rub against the drive shaft. So, after I figured out what it was, I made a really bad mistake and tried to bend the gas tank back up using a screwdriver like this. So, let me show you guys what happened. Now, I've already went ahead and sanded the surface, and the drive shaft is already pulled out. So you guys will see here, that is the hole that I created. What I was trying to do was get this up underneath the drive shaft, because that's where the drive shaft was rubbing, and bend this. Now, since doing that, I've gotten the drive shaft out. I took a jack with a little pole and bent this back up and got this up in there where it's supposed to be, so bent it right back into shape. Now we're gonna repair this. So really easily, you just got to clean down the surface, degrease it, sand it so it's a little rough. Suggest doing that. And then we're going to take a little bit of our Quiksteel and we're going to roll it into our hands, and you're supposed to do that until you start feeling it get hot, and they say approximately a minute, and that will mix the hardener with the solvent and basically give you a very hard material within the matter of, I think, 15 minutes is what they say. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'll kind of film parts of that and then show you guys the final, and then I'll fill you in because I'm going to let this sit overnight. Go ahead and fill it with gas, and I'll fill you in on how it's working. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our Quiksteel, which I've already used. Sorry, my hands are completely dirty because I've been working on this car. And we're going to grab enough of this to fill that hole. So right around there should be good. Put this back in there, make sure we get our cap back on because we can use this. I used this right around a year ago, so it stayed good in that. Now we're just going to take it and start kneading it into our hand, and like they say, you'll start feeling it getting warm. It's very similar to a thick JB Weld, almost like JB Weld as it's drying, or even like a Bondo type material. Okay, now I can feel it getting really hot. Let's get up there and put it in. So guys, I kind of pressed it out just to make sure there was no air bubbles for about 5 minutes, and it's already starting to get pretty rock hard. When I was rolling it around in my hands, I found it best to kind of roll it instead of trying to press it together, but I just wanted to make sure everything mixed and that it was going to get really hard. and it already feels like it's getting very hard. So all I did was kind of pressed it into that area and then tried to smooth out the edges just to not create any type of areas where it could drip down and then possibly leak out. So hopefully this holds up. We're gonna go ahead and let it sit overnight, and I'm gonna check it tomorrow by filling it up with some gas. So guys, this is the next day. I've already went ahead and filled the tank up, and you can see it's completely dry. This is rock solid hard, so very good news. Now you can take it even one step further and put a solution in your gas tank that will put a fluorescent color. You can use a UV light to see that if you're afraid you might still have a leak. This stuff is pretty good. This is very similar to JB Weld feeling now that it's dried completely and cured. But this is specifically for gas tanks and solvents like that. So very good product. I've had great success with it. Also used the JB Weld tank repair, which worked out great for me. I'll try to link that video as well. That stuff dries a lot quicker. You got to be very fast with it. So this stuff's easier to work with, and that's why I went with this. And it wasn't currently leaking, so I just wanted to get this dried off, sanded down, putty put in there, and I think this is going to be completely fine. This area here only leaks if the tank is completely filled to the top, because it's got two tanks that basically cross over. So this is at the more peak of the tank. So hopefully this holds up for a long time. Feel free to comment even years later, and I'll fill you guys in on how it's doing and how great this worked out for me. Once again, my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'll catch you on the next video.